All right, Coach. 2 weeks into the conference season, have you seen any improvement between the FIU and Middle Tennessee series from our guys?
We kind of changed our routine up again prior to our series at Middle Tennessee. We got there on Thursday. The weather was fantastic, and the people at Middle were really accommodating to us. And we actually practiced a little bit longer and worked out a little bit longer than what we normally would on a Thursday, just because we've had so few practice days really since January. I thought we made progress. I thought we played pretty well on Friday. We got the game tied in the 8th inning, and then we gave up one in the 8th and ended up losing. Saturday, we played okay, not great, not bad. We didn't pitch nearly as well on Saturday as what we had been pitching on most Saturdays and Sundays this past year. And we didn't do some of the things that I thought we did pretty well on Friday. So. And then it rained on Sunday, it rained on Monday, it rained on Tuesday, and we haven't been on the field since last Saturday, really. So we're going to try to get a practice in today on Thursday, trying to get the field to dry out, and try to get some work done, and try, again, to alter our routine as much as I don't like to do it, try to alter our routine where we're going to practice a little bit longer on Thursday, and then the weather's supposed to be decent on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Have you been able to get in any indoor practice time, anything the last couple of days?
We've tried to get practices in, but we don't really have immediate access to an indoor place to go, and so we do the best we can. Try to do things and address things. Try to talk to guys, have meetings. Try to utilize the cages as best that we can. Try to utilize what we do have, and we've got some nice things available to us to be able to practice, but. It's just a matter of trying to get that practice time, which is so valuable with our young guys, and trying to help them get better. So, again, today the sun's shining, which is a good thing, and trying to get some field work done this morning and get our field ready to go for practice today.
We've talked about practice and class schedules. Let some fans know that guys are in class, classes come first, and it's hard to get a full squad out there.
It's all right. I don't want to sound like Allen Iverson. I think he's probably one of the greatest basketball players under 6 foot in the history of basketball. But we talking about practice. But it's important, especially with a young team. It's important. We haven't been able to do a lot of things that we would want to do to this point. But again, they don't put that on your record. They don't do anything to give you any extra points for that or extra credit for it. I see the times that we are able to practice, and I see in pregame, I see guys making progress. And to be honest with you, I think as much as it's been a struggle for us this year early in the season, it's been good for us because it's forced us and forced our players to address things that maybe they were kind of on the fence on. Maybe, coach is telling me I need to take this kind of swing, or I need to do this, or I need to be quicker, or I need to, do this pitching wise or that, and now it's right in front of them every day. And the level of competition has warranted that. So I think it's been a good deal for our younger players. We're going to continue to play a bunch of young guys. We do have a plan moving forward. We're not just throwing in the towel at all. We're going to keep working and keep plugging and keep trying to develop our young guys and keep moving forward as best we can.
We're 6 games into the Conference USA schedule. Most other conference schools are as well.
Yeah.
And already teams are jam-packed in the middle, 4-2, 3-3.
Except for one.
Except for one. Those guys in Houston. Is that what we're going to see for the final 24 games of this conference season?
Yeah, and Rice has, I think they've got 11 former players, alumni from Rice, that are on major league rosters right now, and they've got multiple guys on their roster right now that are going to be major league caliber players. They do a great job. They've got great academic situation. Coach Cram's been doing it forever. They got access to not only their 11.7 scholarships, but they got some other aid that they can give their kids, and they do a great job with it. They do a great job coaching them, teaching them, and getting very talented guys in there. And then the rest of us, are scrambling and scratching and trying to get to where Rice is at. And I think that there's a whole lot of good teams in this league, a whole lot of good teams. And I think you're going to see a lot of people, beating up on each other. And see people that have, after 6 games, maybe they're 1-5 or 2-4, maybe even 3-3, and they got good teams and got good programs. And Even a school like FIU's 3-3 now.
Yeah.
They came in here, and that's one of the best offensive teams we've seen in probably 2 or 3 years. And then Rice goes down there, and Rice beats them in an extra inning game on Friday, and then it kind of snowballed on FIU, and FIU didn't play very well the last 2 days from what we were told. So just a lot of good teams. I think the travel has an effect. We're going to look at some things moving forward with our schedule and our midweek schedule. It's really hard to play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It's really hard to do that moving forward. So we're looking at maybe adjusting some things with our schedule, with the travel demands now that we have, and the missed class time, and all those things that you mentioned earlier that are really, really important in terms of the grand scheme of things.
One of those 3-3 conference teams is coming in this weekend, East Carolina. They're 10-11. They seem to be struggling as well. What can you tell us about
it? It depends
ECU?
on the day. I mean, they've got. I look at their roster, and they've got a talented roster from top to bottom, pitching wise, position players. They have played just lights out at times, it looks like, and then they've struggled at other times. So they're kind of a tough team to figure out because they are so talented with their roster from top to bottom. And then you see glimpses of them. They beat Tulane 2 out of 3 this weekend, but they lost 2 out of 3 at home to Marshall. And Marshall's gotten a lot better. Those guys are doing a good job up there. But, you would think that there'd be a little bit more consistency there. So we're looking forward to playing them. I think it's good for us to be able to play them. I know they're moving to another league next year, so this is kind of really our only shot to be able to play them. And I'm sure that it'll create a lot of interest with our fans, not only here in Charlotte, but also in the eastern part of the state. And we're looking forward to hopefully some 3 competitive games with good weather this weekend.
Well, that was my last question. I was going to knock on wood as well. What's it going to be like to play 3 Friday, Saturday, Sunday, a normal weekend with nice weather?
We would just like to have 1 week where we have consistency with the practice and the games, and it hasn't happened. And I got a lot of friends of mine that coach in the northern part of the country, in the Northeast, and they don't want to hear us whining. I'm not whining about the weather because we got it better than a lot of other people, but we just don't have the ability to be able to go inside and get full practices done like other places do. And again, when the weather's been as bad as it is here, that has an effect on us. So we just got to keep trying to figure out and make adjustments, keep trying to do the things that we can do, and hopefully we'll get 3 straight days this weekend where we can get our pregame done and play 3 straight days, and hopefully next week we'll be allowed to be able to get into a regular routine because we just haven't had a regular week yet at all this year.